Hello and welcome back to A Drink and a Song, a place where we share a drink and I break down a song. We are on episode number 8, so thank you for coming back. Hope you're enjoying it. This week we're going to talk about Larry Fleet and we're going to talk about a Gary. You're going to find out what a Gary is. So when I say a Gary, it's our drink of the week. And I know that I've been kind of doing traditional drinks and I would give you the history. Well, this drink doesn't really have history, but it does have a story. So we're gonna tell you the story of the Gary, and like we said, talk about Larry Fleet. So years ago, and I can't remember how many years ago, I had a team meeting in Charlotte, and for one of our group activities after the meeting, our boss took us to a mixology class. So we ate the food upstairs, and then went down to this private bar where there was a bartender to teach our group some mixology. So at that time, I really didn't. I drank Miller Lite. I drank domestic beer, but not really drinks. But I wanted to learn how to make some cocktails that were a little stronger, but didn't taste a lot stronger. And this is way before I could drink bourbon, which I had a nice glass of some Eagle Rare with my friend Bill and Jill earlier this last week. So I'm learning to sip, not gulp and drink like I normally do. But we were in Charlotte, so we went down into this basement. I said to the guy, "Can you make something that's kind of strong, but doesn't taste so strong?" And he said, "I can." He goes, "What's your name?" And I said, "Gary." He said, "All right." So he starts making the drink, and then he serves the drink. And at that time, like I said, I didn't really drink. And I said, "Wow, this is delicious." And he said, "Oh, it's strong." I said, "What's it called?" He said, "It's called the Gary." I said, "So you just named it after me?" He said, "Yeah, it's your drink now." So I kind of liked it. So I've been making the Gary ever since. So as always, you have an open invitation. You want to come over and have a Gary, I'll make you a Gary. So let's get right into it, and I'm going to show you how to make a Gary. So one thing, I have my Hey Daddies, because that's the name of our bar, glasses that I got for Christmas from my kids. So we're going to make it in one of these kind of glasses. You'll need a shaker, which I've already put ice in it. You're going to need some cranberry juice, some pineapple juice, some vodka, some triple sec or an orange liqueur, and some grenadine. So as you can tell, it's kind of sweet, which is what I like. So let's make it. So vodka. This is a 1.5 ounce measuring cup. So that's 1.5, 3. So about 3 to 4-ish. That might be a little heavy pour. And then orange liqueur, 1.5 to 2. Gonna have some pineapple juice, 2 ounces of that. Cranberry juice, 1 ounce of that. And then like a fourth of an ounce of grenadine, which makes it sweet. All right. So I put it in the glass. I'm gonna pour it in here. As you know, the longer you shake it, the colder it gets. Hope y'all are having a good week. So far I am. I can feel the temperature changing on my hands. All right. Oh, it even freezes. It's hard to get off. I might need Grace to come over here, and she's strong. Just kidding. All right. I already know what this tastes like, but we'll take it anyway. I did make that a little stronger. So if I were you, might add a little bit of pineapple juice and a little more cranberry juice. I may have gone a little extra on the vodka. It's good. That'll get you in trouble. But it's called a Gary. I'll be glad to make you one. So Like I said, not a lot of history, but a good story. So let's get into our song. So this week I'm going to talk about Larry Fleet, and the song is Working Man. So if you don't know Larry Fleet, I'm really surprised he's not bigger on the radio. He's had 3 albums and 3 singles, and most of you might know Where I Find God. That was his biggest hit. Actually, we've seen him in concert. How many times have you seen him in concert?
3 times will be 4 in March.
3 times, and she's going back in March. She actually has a tattoo. It says Where I Find God, because the whole message of that song is God's everywhere. You find God everywhere, in his car, wherever it is. So if you don't know that song, give it a listen. We're not going to break that one down today, but we met him in person. He signed Grace's shoe. He came out to the audience. He stayed as long as people wanted. He was genuinely one of the nicest performers I've ever seen, and his fans love him. And every fan there knew every word to every song, and it was great. And so, like, Grace is going to go see him again for the 4th time. He's just a great family man. His songs are really uplifting. They're about loving your family, the life you have. He's just a good artist. You're gonna hear his sound. It's not like anybody else's, but it's got a little Chris Stapleton. It's got a little bit of a growl to it. But he's a big old Tennessee boy. Big old beard. He started playing when he was 6 years old in his great grandfather and his great uncle's band. And in 2017, he was in a country music competition. The name of it was called Real Country. I've never seen it, but he ended up finishing in 2nd place. And one of the judges saw him and kind of pulled him on. And ever since that 2017 through 2019, he's just gotten more and more popular. He's, like I said, a couple songs on the radio, but this song in particular is called Working Man. And so the thing I like about this, some things I can't relate. So it's a blue collar kind of, like, he's up at 4 a.m., turns on the news and has a cup of coffee. Like, that's not me. I'm up at 6 a.m. and I might have a Diet Dr. Pepper, and I'm definitely not turning on the news. I'll be turning on the radio. So we don't have that in common. But his love of his family and working a long day and then coming home and just making it a little better. Even if it was a good day and he worked all day, seeing his family, seeing his children, like, he can appreciate all the things. So I like him because I can relate to that piece of it. And I have done hard labor. I've helped my brother-in-law roof. I've helped work in the laundry, the hospital. I've worked in jobs that were hard, but now I work in a hospital. It's a different kind of work. So let's go ahead and get into the song, and we'll start breaking it down.
For him, Lord, don't it come way too soon? You think by now it'd be something you've been used to. So put on your coffee, turn on the news. It's gonna be hot as hell, but at least the sky's blue. You're clocking in, wore out, but you do what you gotta do.
All of us can relate to that. You're clocking in, wore out, but you do what you got to do. Grace is in school right now, and so I said, "You're looking a little tired today." She goes, "I'm worn out," because she has to get up in the 6 o'clock hour and be at the hospital early. And adulting really is hard sometimes, right?
Yes.
I said, "You're looking tired." I was like, "Oh, you still? It's only Tuesday. Well, Wednesday, so you only have a couple more days." So anyway, you're clocking in, wore out, but you do what you got to do.
I know you're tired, I know you're hurting, I know you broke down to the bone. Your bills are paid and the smiling faces waiting on you at home.
Smiling faces waiting on you at home. I've always had smiling faces that always were like, "Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy, where are you? Hey, Daddy, what you doing? Hey, Daddy." So thus, hey, Daddies. I always had smiling faces waiting for me at home. I am blessed beyond measure, because when you have smiling faces waiting in your home, don't come home in a sour mood. Come home even though you're tired, find some extra energy because they are so excited for you to be home. So I could relate to that.
It ain't always easy. It ain't ever like you planned, oh, but man, ain't it working, man?
It ain't always easy. It ain't always what you planned, but ain't it working, man? It's like, yeah, it is working. I'm going to move my microphone down closer to him. We'll see. We're still working on that.
Now you're going home while the sun's going down. You're still miles away, already hear the sound of a little voice saying, Daddy, come out and play. So you steal a couple more minutes from a damn good day. You're clocking him wore out, wouldn't want it any other way.
Exactly.
I know you're tired, I know you're hurting, I know you broke down to the bone.
You should hear me sing this in the car.
Some bills of pain and the smiling faces waiting on you at home. It ain't always easy. It ain't ever like you planned, all but man, ain't it working, man?
I like it. I hope you like it. Every father who hears this can relate to it. So listen to this part. Presents under the tree, the bills are paid. Listen.
It's sweat and blood and bruises, calloused hands, hard as can be. There's bread on the table, there's presents under the tree.
It's a good life.
I know you're tired, I know you're hurting, know you broke down to the bone. Your bills are paid and the smiling faces waiting on you at home. It ain't always easy. It ain't ever like you planned, all but man, ain't it working, man? It ain't always easy. It ain't never like you planned, all but man, ain't it working, man?
That's some good stuff. That's some good music. No heartbreak. Nobody's cheating. Nobody's trying to. I'll get my microphone back here. Like I said, we're still working on our sound. That's Larry Fleet. If you haven't heard him, if you haven't given him a chance, look him up. 3 albums out there. All his songs kind of have a similar feel, a similar theme, but they're feel-good family songs. And in the world that we live in now, that is rare. So give him a listen. Grace, this was a quick episode. How long has this one been?
13.
Oh, not that quick. So thank you for hanging in there. Grace, you have any final words of wisdom? You're a Larry Fleet fan.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. That's not really Larry Fleet specific, but come have a Gary with me. I don't know what the sun looks like because Grace is filming. Is it going down behind me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Our nights are getting a little longer and not so much yet. Our nights are getting longer, days are getting longer, and nights are getting shorter. So we're looking forward to it. It's a little chilly up here. I came up and turned the heat on, but you come up, give me notice. I'll make you a drink and I'll turn the heat on. So y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday.